Glue Guy here. Today I'm going to show you how to demonstrate LePage Ultra Gel Super Glue. We need a few items, so let's take a look at those first. We're going to need a magic marker. We're going to need a pair of scissors. We're going to need a piece of Henkel supplied exercise cord and some index cards too. Oh, and of course, we're going to need the LePage Ultra Gel Super Glue. Okay, let's get started by talking about the actual bottle. Now, most commonly when we use super glue, we're familiar with these foil tubes where we have to take the pin in the top of the cap and puncture the seal. Sometimes glue comes out, air goes in, and that's why these don't last very long, because they're moisture-cure adhesives. Moisture in the air is trapped inside the package. So to eliminate that, the LePage bottle, we don't remove the top to puncture the seal. We simply turn the cap to the right as if we were tightening it. About a turn or so, and that'll break the seal. Makes a clicking noise kind of like this, and when it stops clicking, the seal has been punctured. That's a great feature. No air inside the bottle, much safer because there's no glue that could potentially come out of the bottle. To use the glue, once the seal has been punctured, we simply remove the cap by turning it. Now, it's only a quarter of a turn cap, and we remove that in the normal direction, which is left to loosen. But what's cool is there's no little threads to get gunked up in there. They think of everything. It's just a quarter of a turn. Really nice. So we take the cap off, and then to get the glue to come out, we use these easy squeeze blue sides here. These wings are what we squeeze to get the glue to come out. So I can take my index card, and if I squeeze hard, I can get a lot of glue out, and if I squeeze light, I get just a little glue. This is a great thing to show people, and I like to shake it like this to show them that it's not going to drip or run if you're not applying pressure to the blue wings. So once again, put the tip on the card, squeeze hard, you get a lot, squeeze light, you get a little. You get a very controlled amount with no drips or runs. I like to do this and then hand a fresh card to the customer to try it for themselves. The next thing we're going to demonstrate is the rubber cord and how to do this properly. Now, it's really important to do this so that the demonstration doesn't fail. As you'll see at the end of this video, I have some tips for you, but there are a lot of factors involved. So do it correctly, practice it a little bit, and you're going to get better results. For this, I take the magic marker, and in the center of the rubber cord, I mark a line maybe about 1 inch long. Then, with my scissors, I'm going to cut this cord into two. Now, it's important to get a clean cut. Try and do it in one snip. If I have to sort of gnaw at this to cut it apart, it's going to give me a very ragged edge, which isn't conducive to good adhesion. We want nice, clean, fresh surface. I find sometimes it helps to pinch the cord a little bit before you cut it, and try and do it in one clean cut, just like that. Next, we want to take our LePage Ultra Gel, and always holding the label forward, and the glue surface forward, we want to apply a small amount. I like to put just a couple drops, this is 4 drops, and then I use the nozzle without squeezing it to distribute that, to get a nice even coat all the way around the rubber cord. Then I take the other half of the rubber cord, and steadying my hands on the table, I line up the mark and make sure that it's carefully lined up, and then I push inward. I'm using my fingers to push toward the cut with moderate to light pressure. And I hold that as still as I can for about 10 seconds. Then, at this point, I set it aside to dry. Now, on average, this should sit here for at least 30 seconds. And what I like to do is I like to give someone additional information while this is sitting here drying. It's a great opportunity for that, but kind of try and time it out and get used to what you're saying so this is sitting for at least 30 seconds. Now, it's no tragedy if this sets for 1 minute or 2 minutes because it's still an impressive demo, and odds are it's a safer demo because it's cured further. Once you do it a little bit and do practice it, you'll be able to sort of know when this rubber cord is actually okay. Technically, let it set at least 30 seconds. Some of the things that I like to say during this time is I like to make sure that the people are aware that this is not just for rubber. I'm standing here doing a demonstration on a piece of rubber cord. Many people assume this is just for rubber. In fact, you can use it on all your super glue needs, from hard materials, wood, ceramics, many plastics. So make sure that they understand it's not just for rubber. In addition to that, a nice thing to say, and what I most typically say when I set this down to cure, is that did you know that super glue will actually get stronger over a period of 24 hours? That's right, they build strength. So if you're bonding a difficult material like plastic, maybe it's your cell phone case or your cell phone itself, or eyeglasses, something hard to bond, a hard plastic material, let it sit. You'll be surprised. Let it sit overnight and you're going to get a lot better result. So those are a couple things, a couple ideas on what you can talk about during those 30 seconds. And then of course, after those 30 seconds, you're going to pick it up and inspect it. And I pull it a little bit just to be sure it looks like it's bonding and roll it. I'm looking all the way around it. Once I'm sure it's good, I can really pull it as hard as I want, making sure the glue is cleaned off. I can then hand it to the customer and let them go crazy too. Be certain the product and substrate materials are at room temperature. Humidity, a dry climate, will slow the cure of many products. Be certain materials are clean. Fresh. Always use fresh product. Test. Always test your demo before showing to a customer. Timing. If for whatever reason a demo isn't working in the time it usually does, increase the time. I hope that was helpful for you. I'm the glue guy for LePage. Now get out there and sell some Ultra Gel super glue.